The new Sportback brings the best blend of performance and luxury. Today, Audi Tampa has given us the 2022 Audi RS5 Sportback in your Daytona Gray Pearl. We have the dynamic package, which is going to have RS tuned suspension, the exhaust, the RS driver assist package. We got it as well. Black optic package is going to give us gloss black all over and make it more performance style on the exterior. Audi rings and badging blacked out, so it gives that stealth look. Inside, RS design package, that's going to include Alcantara steering wheel, the shifter, RS logo mats, and the seat belts with red edging. Navigation package, so we have all the technology. When we're talking about performance, the competition has a list that's a mile long, but to narrow it down, we have the BMW M4 with the competition package, a Cadillac CT5 V black wing. But which one is going to be the best for you with the interior luxury that has the most technology, the best bang for your buck with performance, and the drive that could be track driven and daily use? I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and I'm going to go over all the specs and details starting now. The new Audi RS5 Sportback adds the gloss black to the exterior, starting with the single frame grille. That's because of that black optic package. It's going to make it look more aggressive in the front fascia, even on the side curtains and around your fog lamp assembly and on the lower lip. Taking the gloss black on the lower skirt, the mirror housing around all of your window treatment, your rear spoiler, and on the lower bumper with the grille design, and it's going to illustrate a super aggressive exit. Blacked out Audi rings and badging, that's around $300, but when you get the black optic package, I would definitely recommend this. Matrix design LED headlamps, and these are the best lighting in the game. BMW, Cadillac, they can't compare to this. You got that design that just, it's what it's known for. Everyone knows an Audi by seeing it with the Audi laser lights, LED tail lamps, RS specific front bumpers. Black optic package also adds the 20-inch 5-arm flag design wheel. Bi-colored finish, a wider fascia than all of the rivals, 56.7 to 43.3 weight distribution. Behind the RS badging, Brembo brakes, 6 pistons up front at a 14.8 inch ventilated. The rear is at 13 inches. RS Sport Suspension Plus with dynamic ride control, dynamic steering to help give us a better competition because the weight distribution on the BMW is actually better. This is the smallest amongst all of the rivals at 184.9 inches. The Sportback wheelbase is at 108.8 inches. The RS Sportback keeps the aggressive style even into the rear, especially the way everything looks. The oval exhaust, they're blacked out. I like that everything is aerodynamic, and the grille pattern, it actually does serve a nice purpose here because this looks so much more sporty than the competition. Because it's a hatchback, the best in cargo at 21.8 cubic feet. We got a 12 volt. We have some storage on both of the sides. We have a spare tire tucked underneath. The rear bench split folds at a 40-20-40 split. That's going to max the cargo to nearly an SUV, and yet this is a powerhouse bad boy bi-turbo. Let's go inside this thing, start it up so we can hear that exhaust note. and you heard the soundtrack that comes out of this RS5 is remarkable. The price point, it's actually one of the best and most aggressive bang for your buck for the luxury that you're going to see in just a second, and the performance, which you'll see afterwards. And they back the performance with a 2.9 liter TFSI V6 bi-turbo engine producing 444 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to an 8-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission, achieving 18 to 25 mpgs. That equates to the best mpgs comparing to the rivals, in which I'm talking about today. 0 to 60, 3.8 seconds, which is almost as fast as the rivals. And you have to take this in consideration. The price point of the competition is going to escalate to over $100,000. Quarter mile, 11.9 seconds, and that is actually going to be faster than the M4 competition, and the savings is still there. Top speed between 155 and 174 miles per hour. The color combo with the black optic package, RS design interior, which you're about to see. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2022 Audi RS5 Sportback. As we go into the interior, go over to the tech, and take this for our test run. Entering inside the Audi RS5, it's going to receive 37.8 inches of headroom, 41.3 inches of legroom, which is going to be the best in class. This is a Sportback, so interior room, Audi did a better job. Black Napa leather with the honeycomb stitching. I like the contrast. We have 14-way power adjustments, manual cushion extension, heated, massage. I mean, this is luxury with the RS badging to just make me understand that this is still a performance crazy beast. Quattro badging on top of the carbon inlays. That's going to start on the passenger side. Seamless air vents with the silver over it, and going to get the gloss black that's going to go right into your 10.1 MMI touch response with navigation. So naturally, we're going to have the pinch. We got the swipe. Click into the home button, and you will start off with quick tabs onto the left. Slide it over so you can see all the apps in which we have: Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, HD radio, streaming, Bluetooth connectivity. Click into your vehicle. Here you can click into your RS monitor, which will show you the temperature for your oil and your coolant. If you click onto the Audi Drive Select, here you can put dynamics, and you can also reconfigure RS1 or RS2 mode, so that way you can make it more of a track-driven or just a daily-driven vehicle. When you do that, it's going to up that exhaust note, which is awesome. Click into your seats. That way you can see the massage seats. Click into your driver assist. You can turn on and off different functions, switch it to reverse. You do have full trajectory. There's a lot of different camera positions, so I'm going to just scroll through them really quickly. As you can see, very easy to operate for your reversing, and you have your front and rear parking sensors. So you're taken care of with the safety. Try climate control settings. Underneath it, you'll have your driver mode select, and then you're going to have your 12 volt, a little storage area, cup holders. The 16.9 ounce fits, obviously. Probably a 20 ounce without any issues. This little pocket here used to be for the mouse. Now it's just an open pocket. You can almost fit a camcorder, so it's not too bad with that. The Alcantara is on the gear lever and on the steering wheel because we have the RS design interior. It's 3-spoke, multi-function, paddle shifters, RS spec, gauge cluster. You can make that navigation big, small, zoom in and out, do all the great things that you need to with this 12.3 digital readout. Plus, it gives you an array of information for the driver. Working down a little lower, area to put your key fob, turn on and off the stereo. It's right on top of that carbon inlays, and another little storage tray. It's going to be a little bit more firm here. That's going to be what it is because it's a sports car. Open up inside, an area you could put maybe some pins or something like that. So storage capacity, I mean, the door panel, maybe 2 16.9 ounce water bottles. It's not going to be a lot. Top part is going to be hard. Memory for the driver. You're going to get the carbon inlays with the Alcantara inserts, one touch up and down for all the windows. It's going to be relatively soft for your elbows or where you rest your arms. Contrast stitching. So do I like what I see? The interior of Audi is very luxurious. Some are going to say, well, it's getting a little dated. Maybe they should move the screen here, there, everywhere. The way I look at it is this is such a seamless design, and it's timeless. Even though they haven't changed much in the interior, when you're looking at it from the rivals, this is going to be a lot more easier to use and operate and more stylish, especially with the carbon inlays. Let's see how I look in the back seats. For the back seats, I'm at 37 inches of headroom, 35.1 inches of legroom. The way these seats are structured, it actually curves a bit, so it pushes you in, giving you more of a sporty attribute. Even in the back seat, I actually feel almost like I'm in the driver's seat because of the way you actually sit. Cup holders, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of these, but you could probably fit a 20 ounce, and you can open up this and you have an area you could put maybe an iPad, maybe like a mini. It's going to be more firm back here. You have your third climate control settings, heated rear seats, 2 USBs, and a 12-volt storage behind both of the front seats. Unfortunately, we got the design, and I don't like this material. It's good in the sense that it gives that sporty look, and BMW does the same thing. It just, give me some Alcantara or some Napa leather back there, because it just feels like you took it away. Maybe it's to make it easy to clean. Door panel, harder materials on the top. Carbon inlays are still coming in the back with the gloss black. You got the Alcantara, contrast stitching, one touch up and down, and storage in the door panel, maybe 2 16.9 ounce water bottles. So it does fit with the segment. It's going to have more room for your legs, basically, comparing it to the Cadillac and the BMW. Headspace, because this is a hatch, it does go down a bit because it's a fastback or sportback design. But you know, you can still fit, and because you move inwards, you're not really hitting your head on the side. Let's see how I look in the center. Sitting into the center is going to be a little difficult because you actually have to, you just got to adjust and try to make it work. Leg space is not necessarily too bad. I am sharing feet, butt, shoulder space. Is it desirable? No. And it's not going to be in the BMW or the Cadillac either. But the best part about this is the bang for your buck. Yes, when you load up the features, this does escalate to the 6 figures now. Last year, it didn't. Taking the 2022 Audi RS5 Sportback out for our test run. 444 horsepower out of this 2.9 liter TFSI V6, 443 pound-feet of torque. It's crazy. The numbers in the 3 seconds 0 to 60. The comfort is there. As you see, I went over a speed bump. You're not going to have any of those concerns on a long journey. Plus, the visibility is good. You do sit lower, but you feel like you're sitting higher. Heads-up display. We have blind spot monitoring. We got pretty much every single thing that you need. And this is something that can be bought under 6 figures. Yes, when you start adding all the features, it does escalate, but just like the competition, the BMW and the Cadillac will do the same thing. It can escalate $20,000 to $30,000. Can I hear road noise? A little bit. I mean, these are upgraded wheels. We're going to see that dynamic steering at its best right here as we're going to take a turn, so we can check the radius, which it should help with those dynamic numbers. Even though the weight distribution isn't the best, does it? Keeps it pretty tight, about 2 lanes. Here we go. Brembo brakes the stopper. Maneuverability. This is such a fun car. It's the best blend from Audi. When you don't spec it out so much, this one is pretty much decked out. Obviously, you cannot get a convertible, so that is something that I dislike, which we'll talk about that later. But I mean, for a fun to drive everyday vehicle, you're gonna feel like you're on the track even if you never take this on the track, because the 0 to 60, 3.8 seconds, quarter mile under 12 seconds, that's crazy. The nice thing about these particular vehicles, all 3 of them, they're daily driven vehicles, and the fun factor is definitely there. One thing that I will say for the BMW though, you can get a convertible. Now you can get a convertible in the S5 and the A5, but not the RS5, so that is, I would choose the Sportback if it was me instead of the coupe, because you're going to get more cargo space. And I think it looks cooler too with that fastback or Sportback design. All right, we're going to set it straight as we can. We're going to stop in the middle of the road, put it in first gear in the Tiptronic. Here we go. It's lovely. It is so quick. Oh man, the visibility is awesome. The steering is super tight and it has a little bit of weight to it, changing the dynamics so we can see if it does anything. We got it in comfort now. And does it loosen it up? Actually, substantially. The steering now is very artificial. So there you go. For the daily drive, the suspension now is not as firm either. It's not as bumpy of a ride. So they do a great job with that. Now, there is 3 things I like and 3 things that I dislike, because I'd be buying this vehicle otherwise. The 3 things that I like about the vehicle is when you option that design package, Alcantara is everywhere, so you really don't see any mistakes in the vehicle or any harder materials. Yeah, it's going to be more firm and sporty, but it really takes the class to the next level, in which it's hard to say that the competition has anything on that, because Audi does such a good job with the interior, especially with the carbon inlays. They just perfect. The second thing that I like about it is 444 horsepower. When you drive this vehicle on a daily, it's not going to be too aggressive unless you want it to be, and you can still get in and out. I would option the dynamic steering, so that way it offsets the weight distribution and it makes a tighter turn radius. Plus, you can take corners a little bit better. Obviously, be cautious, and it's at your own risk. I'm not taking liability. The last thing that I like about it, you still get the best of the technology. All of the brands are trying to copy Audi. Audi does it above and beyond. The headlamp assembly with the matrix LED tail lamps, animated option. I mean, you can't get any of this futuristic styling. And the gas. I always have fun with the RS5. It's just such a fun vehicle to drive day in and day out. I personally would buy it. I just wish it was convertible, and I've talked to them. They're just not going to do it. 3 things that I dislike has to start off with that. There's no convertible option unless you downgrade to the S5 or the A5, and I'm not meaning it in a bad way. That's a great vehicle too. It's just, this is full-blown performance. You're getting under 400 horsepower with the S5. The RS5, you're getting nearly 450. It's almost 100 horsepower more. That's a huge difference. The second thing that I dislike about the vehicle is you actually feel like you're sitting higher up. When I get this vehicle, I do like the fact that I don't have to sit so low to the ground. I just wish the door panels were raised a bit. It would give a more aggressive feel, because the seats, you can contour them to make it even feel more aggressive for you, so you feel like you're in a super quick car, and you really are. I mean, under 4 seconds, 0 to 60. All right, we're putting it into RS2. Here we go. You get the cracks and everything. It's beautiful. The last thing that I dislike, we have the interior design. They don't give us Alcantara on the headliner. Why do I dislike that? Because now I got to spend an extra $1,500 to get it. And I mean, I'm already spending for that package. Can you just give it to me? Because you've done a great job putting Alcantara everywhere else, but you just missed it here. Otherwise, I mean, it's hard to really find things that you dislike with this particular vehicle. Audi does an excellent job keeping it composed, doing a great job, enough performance, more luxury than you would expect. They really do take it to the next level. Comparing it against the rivals, the only thing that BMW, the M4 competition has that's better is they option a convertible, but then the 0 to 60 numbers also increase up, making this faster. As for the Cadillac CT5 V Blackwing, it's going to be a vehicle that's not going to be around forever. It is a special vehicle, but the interior of this is going to knock it out of the park, plus the technology. It's obviously going to be a couple tenths of a second slower. You know, that's going to be the choice between you and which vehicle, because both of them are going to be in the 6 figures if you option it all full spec. I like to thank Tampa Audi for giving us the 2022 Audi RS5 Sportback for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, click the next video, click the subscribe button, check out the details, merchandise, website, everything we do here. Hawkeye rides.